In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about a new refrigerant called R454B. The reason why we're talking about this refrigerant is a lot of times these new refrigerants are a little bit of a mystery, and it's going to be very prevalent in the coming years. So let's learn a little bit more about this particular refrigerant. We're looking at the Kimoras website, and this section is called Opteon. This is the particular refrigerant type that they make. It's called Opteon XL41, which is their trade name for R454B refrigerant. It says a high-performing, environmentally sustainable R410A refrigerant replacement for AC and chillers. It is used in new equipment, including residential, light commercial, and commercial, which is basically most of the industry, direct expansion chillers and air conditioning, window units, portable ACs, heat pumps, chillers. So that answers a question a lot of people would have. It is used in heat pumps, mini splits, multi-split, inductive split units, and PTACs. Now, the next line kind of goes a little bit further, kind of describes the composition and some statistics concerning R454B. It said it closely matches the performance of R410A, and in some cases provides superior capacity and efficiency. Additionally, Opteon XL41 has a GWP of 466, and when we talk about GWP, we're talking about global warming potential. A GWP of 466 is much lower than R410A. In fact, R410A's GWP is higher than the previous refrigerant used, which is R22. So while R22 depleted the ozone layer and 410A did not, 410A has a higher global warming potential than R22. It's a little bit confusing. So this GWP in R454B is much lower than both R22 and 410A by comparison. And it states that it has a 78% reduction versus R410A. If we look right here, it said it is miscible with POE lubricants. So we're familiar with mineral oil. We have several different types of oils refrigerants are used with, but for this particular refrigerant, it's going to be POE. It also says a low temperature glide with easy top off after leaks. And that's very important as well. R410A had a very low temperature glide, and that means the composition refrigerants that are in 410A, because it's made of two refrigerants, were so closely matched at their boiling points that you could refill R410A units. When a unit has a high glide refrigerant, the component refrigerants inside that main refrigerant boil at such varying temperatures that whenever it starts to leak, you have to remove all the refrigerant, then add a new charge. The reason is that the different component refrigerants will leak out at different rates, and basically it becomes a different refrigerant, which may or may not be better for your unit, and it's typically may not be. In fact, I think it's always may not be. If we look up a little higher, it says it's classified as mildly flammable. That's A2L. A2L refrigerants are mildly flammable in a way that, this is how it was described to me. R32 is a mildly flammable refrigerant, and while you can light it, to keep it lit, you actually would have to hold a lighter to it constantly. If you removed it, it would not be lit any longer. That's what mildly flammable means to me. That's how it was described to me by educated people. So this is a PDF that goes with R454B. Here's the composition right here. It is R32 and R1234YF. It is almost 69% R32 and about 31% 1234YF. 1234YF is an HFO refrigerant, hydrofluoroolefin, which is a little bit different than the previous refrigerants we used. As you see, the temperature glide is 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit negative, which is pretty low relative to a lot of different refrigerants. So I'll start with that as a little introduction to R454B. If you have any questions, we can expand this discussion. Put the questions in the comments. And if you don't mind, put a like on this video if you enjoyed it and learned something from it. My name is Zach Ciota. I do the HVAC Shop Talk podcast. You can listen to that anytime you want by going on your podcast app and searching for HVAC Shop Talk. We're all over YouTube here, so definitely check us out. And I will see you guys on the next one.
But I woke up, realized that I'm a hack.